1. Sophistry and false humility. Socrates claimed that he knew nothing, but in practice he often used the method of refutation to trap his interlocutors in contradictions, thus securing control of the dialogue for himself. This method could humiliate others intellectually without necessarily promoting genuine understanding of truth. His humility was more a rhetorical strategy than true self-awareness. 2. Overemphasis on reason and universal truth. Socrates sought to define and uncover universal essences such as virtue and justice, but his approach was overly abstract and neglected the complexities of real society. In political and ethical life, the meaning of justice or good often depends on context. Yet Socrates believed there was a single correct answer to be reached through reason, which reflects a strong tendency toward dogmatism. 3. Political innovation. Socrates criticized democracy, claiming that ordinary people lacked the wisdom to govern, and he supported the idea of rule by philosopher kings. However, he offered no practical institutional framework and underestimated the corrupting force of human ambition. His contempt for Athens' jury system and refusal to compromise led to his death sentence. This posture resembled philosophical martyrdom more than responsible engagement in politics. 4. Contradictions between morality and society. Socrates emphasized the purity of the individual soul, but his insistence on fulfilling obligations to the polis, choosing death rather than escape or compromise, suggests he did not truly value individual freedom. The individual was subordinated to abstract notions of good and justice. Moreover, he did not question the fundamental injustices of his society, such as slavery or gender inequality, meaning his universal morality rested on an unequal social reality. 5. Critique of historical consequences. Socrates deeply influenced Plato, who developed the theory of forms and the idea of the philosopher king. These concepts have often been criticized as intellectual elitism, and in later times, they even provided justification for authoritarian politics. If Athens' democratic failure stemmed in part from elite distrust of the masses, Socratic philosophy may have further widened that divide. In short, Socrates deserves credit for initiating the tradition of criticism and rational inquiry, but his dialogues were manipulative, his political vision detached from reality, his moral philosophy blind to social structures, and his intellectual legacy left behind the shadow of rational dogmatism and philosophical elitism.